The sun was setting over Willow Creek, casting long shadows across the cookie-cutter lawns that defined our neighborhood. I stood on my porch, sipping coffee, when the clipboard hit my mailbox with a sharp thwack. HOA Karen, that's what we called her, was back. Her real name was Margaret, but her reign as the Homeowners Association president had earned her the infamous title. She was a petite woman with a perm so tight it seemed to squeeze the joy out of her soul. Today, her eyes gleamed with the thrill of enforcement. "Your grass is 0.3 inches too long, Tom," she said, thrusting a fine notice at me. $1.50. Pay by Friday, or it's $100. I stared at the paper, my blood simmering. This wasn't about grass. It was about control. Karen had been after me since I moved in 2 years ago. First, my Christmas lights were too bright. Then my mailbox was non-compliant. The fines piled up, each one a jab at my dignity. I paid them all, but this was the last straw. "Margaret," I said, forcing calm, "my grass is fine. I mowed it last week." Her lips curled into a smug smile. "Rules are rules, Tom. Standards keep this place civilized." Civilized. The word echoed as I watched her march to the next house, her heels clicking like a metronome of tyranny. That night I couldn't sleep. The fine sat on my kitchen counter, mocking me. I thought of my late wife, Sarah, who'd loved this house despite its suffocating HOA. "Pick your battles, Tom," she'd say. But Sarah wasn't here and I was done picking. The idea hit me at 3 a.m. It was reckless, juvenile, but it felt right. I owned a landscaping business with mowers and tools that could sculpt a lawn into art. Why not make a statement? Something bold. Something Karen couldn't ignore. By dawn, I was in my yard, mapping out the plan. A giant middle finger, carved into my grass, big enough to be seen from the sky. The next day I started. The roar of my mower drowned out the neighborhood's hum. I worked meticulously, shaping the defiant gesture blade by blade. Neighbors peeked through blinds, whispering. Karen's house was across the street, and I felt her gaze burning into me. By noon, she stormed over, clipboard in hand, her face a mask of fury. "What is this obscenity?" she shrieked, gesturing at the half-finished design. "Art," I said, wiping sweat from my brow. "Freedom of expression. This is vandalism. You're defacing community property. My lawn, my rules." I shot back, mimicking her tone. The argument drew a crowd. Old Mr. Jenkins, who'd lived here for decades, hobbled over, chuckling. "Give her hell, Tom," he muttered. But others, like Mrs. Larson, Karen's loyal follower, clucked in disapproval. The tension was electric, like a storm about to break. Karen threatened to call the police, the HOA board, even the mayor. I kept mowing. Then came the twist. As I finished the final curve, a stranger approached a young woman with a camera. "I'm Lisa, a local reporter," she said. "Heard about the lawn rebellion. Can I get a quote?" I froze. This was bigger than I'd planned. Lisa's article went viral, complete with drone shots of my masterpiece. Social media exploded. Lawn finger trended. Memes of Karen's face superimposed on HOA rulebooks spread like wildfire. For a moment, I was a hero, the everyman fighting back. But heroes don't always win. Karen fought dirty. She dug up an obscure HOA clause about disruptive conduct and slapped me with a $5,000 fine. When I refused to pay, she pushed for a lien on my house. The neighborhood split, some left cookies on my porch, others egged my truck. Lisa's follow-up article revealed Karen's history. She'd been sued by a previous HOA for bullying tenants, dehumanized her briefly, but didn't stop her crusade. The breaking point came when I got a call from my daughter, Emily, who'd seen the news from college. "Dad, this isn't you," she said, her voice cracking. "Mom wouldn't want this." Her words gutted me. I'd wanted to honor Sarah's memory, not tarnish it. That night, I mowed over the finger, leaving a blank lawn. But Karen wasn't done. The lien went through. I couldn't afford a lawyer, and the stress cost me clients. 6 months later, I sold the house at a loss and moved to an apartment across town. The last I heard, Karen was still ruling Willow Creek, her clipboard sharper than ever. The bitter truth? My rebellion didn't change a thing. The HOA's grip tightened, and I lost more than I gained. Yet, as I sit in my new place, I wonder if that finger fleeting as it was sparked something in someone else. Maybe one day, another Tom will fight smarter, not louder. What do you think? Was I right to fight back? Or did I just fuel the fire? Share your thoughts on justice, community, or standing up to power.